Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, friends, and colleagues. It's a distinct honor to be here and speaking to you on the occasion of the third INDUS-X Summit. I just want to make three very small points. And the first point is that INDUS-X, which is part of the defense relationship between India and US, is the most defining relationship between these two countries. We have relationship on the trade front, we have relationship on the academic front, we have relationship on the diaspora front. But the relationship which is actually defining our relationships between two countries, of which I had the fortune to actually see how greatly it influenced the relationship between our two great nations, I think it was the defense relationship. Not only that, it is also defining because the kind of work which INDUS-X is doing in terms of technology cooperation has potential to shape the future of humankind, because both nations share common values of democracy, common values of free and open technology, and common values of welfare of humankind. And therefore, my first point is, I think this is going to be the defining relationship between our two nations. Ambassador Mulford spoke about trust, and I think there is nothing more important than trust in this relationship. It's actually surprising when we look back that for the first 50 years, we did not have any defense relationship between our two countries. The first ever agreement for defense was signed as late as in 2002, when the General Security of Military Information Agreement was signed. But the trajectory of our relationship thereafter has been that of ascendancy. And various agreements which have continuously projected the growth of trust between our two nations have been seen. And again, as Ambassador Mulford said, today our defense relationship between India and US is, we have defense procurements of over $20 billion, and I am sure the defining visit of Prime Minister Modi in June 2023 has taken this relationship to a totally new level. And that is my third point. The relationship between India and US, if we look at it, after India gained independence, between 47 to the 80s, there was practically no relationship, and we were kind of strangers to each other. From the 80s to the early 2000s, we saw IT outsourcing start between two countries. It was a B2B relationship, huge change, and dramatic linkages between industries started to happen. That is where the relationship, for the first time, we started knowing each other better. Between 2000 and 2022 or 2020, we saw the friendship phase where the trust started to develop, the defense relationship started to grow, procurement started to happen, various other agreements information sharing started in a much bigger way. And that is what I would like to call the friendship phase. But it is this new phase of INDUS-X which actually is about greater exchange in technology and knowledge resources, leveraging the human resources of India, the innovation ecosystem of India, along with a well-developed ecosystem in the US, that For the first time, we are seeing a two-way traffic, a mutual exchange, and this is why it is a symbiotic phase of relationship which has potential to work. One has to see INDUS-X along with ISET, which is another overarching framework under which the two countries are working together. I just want to conclude by saying, look at what happened in these different phases. When we had IT outsourcing from US to India, it resulted in India becoming the world's largest IT outsourcing destination. And of course, both sides benefited. In the 2000-2020 period, in the friendship period, when more and more R&D started coming to India, India became the world's largest global capability center, with most of US companies actually doing their R&D in the US. This phase of symbiotic relationship has potential to create new technologies in emerging areas, in deep tech areas, in frontier areas, in ways that can help not only our two nations, but actually the overall welfare of the humankind. And it is privileged to be part of such an effort which has ability to shape the future of the world. So I would like to compliment the organizers, the Hoover Institute, my dear friend Joe, Mukesh, and everyone else who are part of it. I think we are part of history in some ways. Thank you very much.